Aaron Gordon, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Deshaun Tate here from the 3-Point Conversion based out of Atlanta, Georgia, of course. Got the head coach from Florida State men's basketball team, Leonard Hamilton here. Dude looks younger than me. I get it. I know. I'm just telling them what they're already thinking, Coach. Just going to rapid fire a couple things past you real quick. First and foremost, first one being, how much does Baba Miller's international experience help this team this upcoming year?
Baba is a very talented young man, but he's still only 18, 19 years old. And there's an adjustment coming from international that probably is a little more than even coming from America. But he'll adjust real well. He has a high IQ. He's very skilled, and he's coming along just fine. He's only been in practice for 5 days, so but our expectations are high for him.
And everybody talks about Caleb coming back, having his opportunity to, not only be able to, essentially what kind of feels like having the keys to Tallahassee on this team. And everybody talks about his ability to score, his ability to shoot the basketball at a very high clip. What is some of the things that maybe doesn't get talked enough about within his game, not mentioning those things?
Well, we're going to play Caleb a lot at the point guard this year, which is going to be able to totally exploit the pluses of his game. The only thing is a big adjustment. And we want to utilize his scoring ability, but his decision-making ability, trying to prepare him for the future.
You guys recruit out of Atlanta a lot. We're obviously a program that's based out of Atlanta. Talk about just the city of Atlanta and why it has been, such a big, recruiting spot for Florida State, and a large reason behind some of the success that you guys have had.
Well, the strength of the high school coaches, the AAU programs, and the culture that exists in Atlanta for high school basketball has made it a hotbed for coaches to recruit out of. The passion that these youngsters play with in their city, and the competitive nature that you see with the coaches and the AAU ball is as high as it is anywhere in the country. So guys are much more prepared mentally and emotionally, and physically. You have a lot of guys growing up just feeling that basketball is important, and so that's created a hotbed of basketball players. And we try to go in there and get the few that we can, because we're so many of them.
You ever get tired of hearing? Oh, because let me tell you something. Everybody loves Leonard Hamilton. Everybody loves Coach Hamilton. Everybody. And so how great he looks at the age that he is. And, of course, I'm always going to be one that's going to agree. I'm like, this guy looks great. He looks like he's in better shape than I am, because everybody knows what determines if you're really in shape or not is not what's on the outside. It's also what's on the inside. This guy has it both. Let me ask you, do you ever get tired of just hearing people always talking about how great you look all the time?
Well, it's just a blessing, to represent good health and vitality, and especially at my age. I think that, because I have no intentions of retiring. So my point is that, I think our team's getting better. I don't think we're getting worse. So I think there's a positive feeling, and I try to utilize that to encourage other people.
Head coach of the athleticism, length, wingspan, the rebounding, and all these things that everybody, defense for crying out loud when it comes to Florida State. Just two last quick questions here for you. It's between me and you, Coach. Everybody was telling me when 2020 rolled around, Florida State was going to win that national championship. I know you heard that quite a bit. What was so special about that team? And is that something that was realistic within what you guys really believed that you could do that year?
Well, we had a little more. We had similar talent to what we have now, but we had some maturity, some older, more experienced guys, who played with that level of maturity. And sometimes, when you look around, most of the time it's the experienced teams that get the playing in that last game, and I thought we were on our way.
Last question, big-time game on the football field on the gridiron coming up this weekend. You got Clemson coming to town. What we gonna see out of these guys this weekend? I know you're all about the nose and wishing them onto a victory, but what do you think gonna happen this weekend?
Well, I love football. I played high school ball as a quarterback, and the When I went to UT Martin, the football coaches had talked me in to coming out and playing on the football team, but I don't think my college basketball coach thought that was a pretty good idea. So I've always been interested in basketball. We got a great coach. We improve in every game. I think this amount of time for Norvell has that program back to the Bobby Bowden era. I'm expecting an exciting game. I know everyone's going to be hyped, and I'm looking forward to the game.
Head coach of Florida State, nobody other than Leonard Hamilton. Thank you, Coach.